What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Island Hopper TV, and today we're going to talk about Melbourne, Australia. We're going to go over things to know when you visit here, everything from safety to the pricing to the food scene to what to do. And let's get started. If you're excited, crush up the likes. All right, so this is my second time here in Melbourne, and first time I came here, I was here for half a week. So Melbourne is the capital of the state of Victoria, the southernmost state. After that, it's an island in Tasmania. But there is about 5 million people who live in the greater Melbourne area. Another thing to know is that it is located in the Yarra Valley. So the Yarra River runs through here before it pours into the ocean. So there you go. Now you know. Okay, so something important to know that stands out really about Melbourne individually than other cities is you've got to kind of pack for all seasons all year round. You could arrive in Melbourne in the middle of summer and be in the middle of a heat wave. You could also arrive in the middle of summer and it be, in the 60s. So it's kind of like up, down, and the temperatures can swing 30 to 40 degrees over the week. So in the winter, it's primarily, cold and damp, but that's something that always stands out to me about Melbourne is the weather. It can change on a dime. It can be hot or cold even in summer. So I thought that would be something interesting to know. Melbourne is a city that can appear very expensive or also affordable depending on where you go. So if you're on a main drag, you might notice that, for a basic haircut, that it's a very high price. But if you get off onto the alleyways, you'll notice the prices tend to be more favorable. And that's kind of the key to Melbourne, is knowing where to go and knowing the alleyways to get off the main beaten path, to finding your way around and saving money and making Melbourne really an experience that stands out for you. Okay, so as with Adelaide, Melbourne has a lot of festivals. And if you can plan your trip around one of those big festivals, if you're a real social person, you can have a lot of fun when you come to Melbourne and do some of these festivals. South Australia is the festival state, but Victoria and Melbourne really do stand out in a league of its own. Okay, so for a long time there, Melbourne was listed as the world's most livable city by economists, okay? But recently, Vienna, Austria has taken that title, but that's what the kind of city league, that's the kind of caliber of city that you're dealing with when you're coming to Melbourne. The most livable city in the world, according to economic surveys. All right, so contrary to what people tell you, the internet and other people who are deathly afraid of coming to Australia, the odds of you getting bitten by a snake or some sort of spider are extremely rare. Now, there are areas of wildlife reserve outside the city in the Yarra Valley, for example, but you're not going to get bit by a spider or a snake 99% of the time. It could happen. Little disclaimer, but I don't see snakes. I don't see spiders out here, so you're pretty safe in Melbourne. You can if you have any of those kind of fears of arachnophobia, come to Melbourne. You'll be all right. Okay, so people from Melbourne are called Melburnians, although some people would argue that they're called Melbourneites, but most people prefer to be called Melburnians, and you're a Melburnian if you love footy. In fact, one of the top Aussie rules footy teams is just on the outskirts of Melbourne. It's called Richmond Tigers. Melbourne has a team, but the Richmond Tigers won the big kick. All right, another thing to know is Melbourne people love their coffee. In fact, they love their coffee so much, if they don't get their coffee, they're like fiending for coffee. It's actually considered one of the best coffees in all of the world. So take that and do what you want with it. Okay, one thing Melbourne's also known for is a food spread, like a peanut butter and jelly kind of spread, right? Called Vegemite. It takes an acquired taste bud. Now, there are certain ways to eat Vegemite, and the one way that I would say never to eat Vegemite is straight out of the jar. You know how like with peanut butter, you just put your finger in the jar and you lick your finger? I don't recommend that for Vegemite. But when you come here, I challenge you to try Vegemite. And it actually comes from Melbourne. So believe it or not, the Melbourne light rail is one of the largest in the world outside of Europe. Check it out. You can see, they're kind of small, but they're always full. It's the largest light rail system outside of Europe. Now you know. So Melbourne was founded in 1835. Before it was a state known as Victoria. 4 years later, Melbourne was named the capital of the newly founded Queen Victoria State. And in 1950, they finally had their gold rush, which allowed Melbourne to have a really expansive boom period. All right, so a little bit of history about Melbourne. Chinatown is actually the longest standing Chinese settlement in the Western world, established in 1851 during the Victorian gold rush. So, interesting information. Before the European settlers showed up, the settlement was originally inhabited by hunter-gatherer people who are the Aborigines of Australia. The Boomerangee people and a couple other tribes were in this area, and they would come together because of its fertility in this area of the river, the Yarra River, and the coastline. So it was already inhabited before the Europeans showed up by the Aborigines. So some of the most popular sites here in Melbourne, the museums and whatnot, are actually free. Not all, but most. Save you some money right there. Free things to do in Melbourne. So when it comes to safety, can you travel here alone? Do you have anything you need to worry about? Is it dangerous in Melbourne? Guess what? As with most of Australia, in general, Australia is safe. Melbourne is safe. Also remember, it was rated one of the most livable cities in the world, or the #1 most livable city in the world. So yes, it is safe. There are areas though that do have criminals and crime that you should not go. You can do a little bit of research to find out those places, but for the most part, you can come here solo, male or female, and have no problems. People also want to know, how many days do you need in Melbourne in order to see? If you're trying to go through Australia, say you're trying to go to Sydney, you're trying to go to Perth, you're trying to go to Adelaide, you're going to the Gold Coast, you're going to Brisbane, you're maybe going to Tasmania. I'd say 3 days, you'll feel pretty good about Melbourne. But obviously, if you want to get really familiar with the DNA of the town, stay here for a week, a month, up to you, but 3 days. Heck, there's people who can do Melbourne in 24 hours. So as with the coffee, street art is also a big thing here in Melbourne. So when you come here, you're going to want to check out the street art scene and the rooftop bar scene. The two local favorites that were referred to me by two Melbourneites, or Melburnians, were Goldilocks and the Curtain House. All right, and if you wanted to know what kind of accommodation you can get, this is here in the heart of Melbourne. This hotel on a Tuesday cost me $85. I don't exactly have a view, but still a pretty good hotel room for $85 US. All right, guys, that concludes this episode of Things to Know About Melbourne, Australia. If you enjoyed this video, smash up the likes and subscribe to this channel, and we will see you on the next one.